Well, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm sorry I've been off for a while due to my college exams going on. But now we are back with another video, and this is the part 3 of the Lumon Industries machine which we have been solving. And if you haven't watched the last two parts yet, I would highly recommend you guys to watch the part 2 and part 1, as you would feel a bit relatable here. Although, with that said, if you haven't watched these parts yet, you will also learn a lot from this part as well. So, without any delays, let's just get started into the machine. In the last part, we saw that we got the credentials for a user Harmony C, and that user was part of a group that we were able to access the admin panel, and from there we were supposed to get a hash of the another user. That would be the intended route, I think. Let's see. And we have started the machine, and let's just connect to the VPN first. So I'll just clear the terminal up, and the command is sudo open VPN and the VPN file. So we are now connected to the VPN, guys. I'll just name this terminal as VPN. So the shortcut command for that is Alt-Shift-S to rename the terminal. I'll just name this terminal as VPN, and I'll open up a new terminal, and then I want to open up my browser and log into that service portal, which was intranet.lumons.hacksmarter. That was the login page, I believe. Yeah, so this was a login page, and we already had a valid user credential which was of the user Harmony C, and we have also collected the BloodHound data. So I will start up my BloodHound as well to have a clear understanding. So for people who do not know about BloodHound, okay, sorry, there was a typo. Yeah, so for people who do not know about BloodHound, I would like to tell them about this. So it is just, imagine this as Google Maps for Active Directory. Here you can map out your attack paths. You can see any interesting permissions any of the users that you control might have, such as if our user that we control, Harmony C, has any interesting permissions over any other user, such as force change password or anything of that sort. So we can use BloodHound to map our attack paths, such as to from where we have the current privileges to where we want to go. So we map out that. Let's just go ahead and do it. Yep, so it is this one. So this is BloodHound, guys. I'll just log into it. Meanwhile it is logging in over there, I'll just log in here as Harmony C, and the password was, I had saved it in a file named creds.txt, so I'll just cat that out. Yep, so this is the credentials. Now let's just log in and see, we had access to this admin panel, and from here, when we have something like this browser file share ping server, the ping server is a really interesting thing. To me, it is really interesting because I feel that there is a probability of getting something like command execution over there. we can probably try that out as well. And what I am going to do here is I will uh, maybe I'll direct this to my share. I'll create up something like a responder. I'll start my responder and I will direct this browser file share entry to my share, something that does not exist. You can give anything for that sort. So what I'm going to do is I will start up my responder. I'll cd into responder, and then I'll use python 3 responder.py. I'll start up that. Okay, so it must be run as root. Yep. Okay, I just forgot the interface. So it would be terminal 0, I believe. I'll just confirm IP. Yep, so it is terminal 0. So now I have started my responder and it is listening for the events. Now what I am going to do is I'll copy my IP here. I'll show you guys what exactly this means. So when you copy it from here and you go over to here and I give something like this, share. Yep, I tried that out. Let's see if this works. Now the moment we click on this browse file share, what it does is it will give a callback to our IP and we will get some hashes. Let's see. Yep, so we did got some hash, I think. Maybe? No. Okay, we did not get anything back to us. Okay. Only UNC paths are allowed. Okay, so we can give something as this, share. Okay, what do we mean by UNC path? I think this is something that I'm trying to do for a while. Okay, maybe we can try like this. Okay, I would like to see what does this UNC path mean. Okay, I got it. What I'm doing wrong is this slash. I'm giving the slash the wrong way. Okay, so it should go something like this, share. Yep, now let's see if we get something, which I believe it is taking some time. Yep, so guys, as you can see, we got another user as well. Now let's just copy this out. This is the NTLM v2 hash for this user. We just copy this out, and now I'll just cd into a directory back and save it into a hashes.txt file and paste it up. Now I would use something like John. I don't use hashcat here because it is a VM running in, so I haven't allocated that much resources that it would run hashcat, so I'll use John, and the command is fairly simple. So you give it the hashes.txt. Okay, I'll just check the help. John hashes.txt file, and dash dash word list. We will give it as user share rockq word list rockq.text. Yep, so it is detecting automatically and it will run. Okay, so now we have compromised another user. Let's just confirm the credentials. So nxc.smb, and then we specify the IP. So the IP is, I'll just copy it from here, our intranet. So I copied it from here, and then we specify the username, which is intranet svc, and then we give it a password of services since 1979. Oh, great password, man. So now I'll just check if these credentials are valid, which I think it should be valid. Yep, it is. Let's see if this user has any interesting shares. Okay, I'll just one sec clear this up. So it is, yeah. Let's see if this user has any interesting shares here. Meanwhile, I'll check my BloodHound data and go to the intranet at SVC user. I've already marked him as one, and let's see what groups this user is a member of. Okay, one thing that stands out to us is this web admins group. This user is a member of a web admins group, and he has 6 outbound object control. So, okay, so this user has force change password rights over all these users. Okay, so okay. I'll just do it once again. So now I think what we have to do is we have to use this force change password right, and we can get access to a high privilege user. We have to move laterally. Let's see if any of these users who we have these rights over has any interesting groups. Are they permission of any interesting groups? 7. Okay, so which this user is a member of the labs admin group, which is one interesting group. So now what I am going to do is I am going to change this password of this user. I'm going to utilize the force change password right over this marks user, and then maybe let's see what we can do. We will use netrpc command for this. Okay, I'll just stop my responder. So now what we can do is we will paste this command, and then we'll specify the domain controller, which would be dc01.lumons.hacksmarter, I believe. Yep, dc01.lumons.hacksmarter, and our control user password is services 1979, I believe. service since 1979 or something like that. I'll just use john.port file because I don't remember the password. Okay, I just copy this up, clear my terminal, specify the password. Okay, specify the password here, and the user is intranet svc, and domain is lumons.hacksmarter. And the password, I'll let it be the same, and our target user is Mark, I believe. Marks something. Marks, yes. Let's see if that works. Yeah, which it did. Now let's confirm. NX3 SMB. We specify the domain controller IP here, just to confirm this user has access to the domain controller. Now user is Marks, and the password we have specified is new password 2022. Let's see if this works. Yep, it did work. Let's see if this user has any interesting permissions to access any shares. And meanwhile this is running, I'll go over to BloodHound and see. We saw that this user has is a member of labs admin group. Labs admin. And who are the members of these group? I would like to see that as well. So we own this. Okay, let me fix this up first. This is a high value target for us. This is the labs admin group. We own this user. Okay, let's see what we can do. Since we are a member of this group, does this user has any outbound object control? Which it does not. First I want to list out the users also, to gain a clear understanding of who are the users in the domain. I'll just exit up from here. So we have owned this Marks user, and from here we have to find a way ahead. What is something that we can do from here? Since we have access to this admin panel, so this labs admin group has 6 inbound object controls, and we are a member of everyone. Authenticated user, labs admin, domain users. I'm interested in seeing how we can capture another user. And who are the members of this group as well? Microdata refinement, Helaire and Marks. So we own both of them here. So I don't think anything would be interesting here. How do we capture this user? Can we change the password of this user? Maybe we can. Let's try. Oh. I want to try that if we can do that as well. New password 2022, and then we give the username as Marks, and the user which I want to change password is Peter K. Okay, we cannot do that. We cannot do that. Web admin. We are a member of the web admins group, right? So can we do something like we'll do an ls and do 7.1, and then we do an ls. Maybe that works. Yep, so we do have a command execution here. So we have something called internet svc.log. Log file is there. There is this app.py. I want to see that are we able to do something interesting with our user Marks. Okay, so we try using the intranet IP. That do we have anything? Are we like the local administrator here? Let's see. I'll try it with the local auth flag. Okay, net BIOS error. Now why does that occur? Net BIOS connection with the remote host timed out. I hope something is we can do something with this user, I'm pretty much sure, but I want to see What is that particular thing that we are missing? I'm really stuck at this point of time and I have no idea what is something that we are missing. We do have permissions, but I'm going to see if there is an interesting shares accessible. On the intranet. Since we are the member of web admins group. Okay, no interesting permissions. We have that same MD repo, read and write permission. Okay, I'm going to see the write-up for the machine. That I'm not going to take too long for that. I want to see where we are actually getting stuck. We got the shell as access as internet SVC. We got the user marks besides internet. We do have permissions to change password of the user. Okay, which means that I was thinking in the right direction. This is interesting because Peter K is also a member of Labs admin group. Okay, force change password, right? We use BloodyAD and try to authenticate and get a time. Okay, we are going to use BloodyAD here. Okay, maybe what I did wrong was maybe intranet.lumons.hacksmart. Why does this command not work here? That is what I want to see. So it is a net rpc command Peter K, and this is the password we want to set to our control user. Lumons.hacksmarter. Marks is the user. Okay, I got it. Where we did the error. Maybe that is why we were not able to do that. DC01. There is a typo here. Access is denied. How did they do that? When we try with the netrpc command, it gets denied. Let's locate BloodyAD. Okay, I got it. I'm going to copy that up into my current directory. Okay. So I'll do that as well. Now cd into BloodyAD, and let's see if this works. I'll just copy this one. I'll clear that up. Okay, I got it, what we were doing wrong. So we were trying to change the user password from specifying the mark user. I think the outbound object control, Peter K. Yes, exactly. That is what we were missing out, guys. Okay, I'll try once again. See, that is the benefit of looking at write-ups. What I believe personally is looking at write-ups is not wrong at all, until and unless you are able to get the whole point of why we are using a particular command. That is the main aim. So we will use the same netrpc command to change the password, but this time we will use the user intranet svc, and the password was service since 1979. Services. Okay, I'll just locate that port file. Services, S is the capital one. Okay, so now we have changed the password of this user, Peter K. Now let's confirm the access, nxc smb, and I'll specify the domain controller and give it the username Peter K and the password as new password 2022. Let's see if we are able to authenticate as this user. Okay, dash shares. Let's see why are we getting this error. Let's try using LDAP. Okay, so the account is disabled here. Now, how do we actually enable it? We have to find a way for this to enable this user's account, Peter K. And I believe this is a high value target, if I am not wrong. Let's see, Peter K. Oh, okay, it is not a high value target, but it is a member of these groups, labs admin groups. which is interesting, and it is a member of web admin group as well. So there are two interesting groups here that this user is a member of. So definitely I think BloodyAD has a way to do it. Let's try BloodyAD enable a disabled account. Okay, I'll just copy this up. I'll try using BloodyAD. So I want to specify the host here, which would be our domain controller 10.1.122.122, and the domain is Lumons.HackSmarter. So the user I think would be intranet SVC. And the password was services since 1979, and I want a account enable for the user Peter K. So Python 3 BloodyAD.py bad LDAP. Okay, something we messed up here. No mod. Okay, I got it. So we have to give it in a virtual environment. Python 3 -m env dot I don't remember the syntax exactly. Python 3 virtual environment. So I'll just copy that up. And then we do a source activate. Yeah, so now we are in the virtual environment and we use the pip command for installing all the requirements. Pip install -r and then the requirements or text. Now we can use the command. So this is right, I believe. Insufficient rights. Okay. Let's try using this admin panel. Let's use this Peter K this way. Let's wait for it. So this is the feature that we have been provided. Unlock AD account. Account Peter K unlocked successfully. Okay, let's see if that is right. Okay, hasn't worked yet. Interesting to see that how we can enable this account. There must be some way. There must be some way how we can remove that. Maybe Peter K. Yep, this way I think. Peter K and Lumon.HackSmarter. Let's see. Still the account is disabled. Okay, I remember that Mark's user was also a part of the web admins group. So let's see if that user can change the password as well. So it is this way. So we do have insufficient rights for Peter Kelmer. Okay, I got it, what we are doing wrong. So it is, he's a part of the management group as well. Maybe we can try specifying something as using intranet SVC, intranet IP. Let's try using the intranet SVC user. SVC, and the password was this services 19 services since 1979. So we get a timeout error. Intranet.lumon.HackSmarter. Nope, that does not work. Now how do we see that this user is a member of Labs admin group, which is one interesting group to look out for. Marks is also a member of that user. So maybe something what we can do with Marks is there, I think NetExec has a Labs module let's see, I'm not sure. Net exec labs module use. I'll just split my terminal and then go a directory back and then paste this command. I will use the domain controller's IP. So I'll just copy that from here, paste it up here. Our user is the marks and the password is, I believe, services, no, new, okay, the one which we set. And the domain is lumons.hacksmarter. I believe it is capital M. Okay. Okay, maybe we can use that -- labs flag. Okay, LDAP connection failed with account marks. I'm pretty sure it has something to do with this user that we are trying, Peter K. Okay, we'll try with LDAP. Okay, we are trying with the wrong password. Okay, interesting. So now we have a password. Okay, we have a computer user password. Interesting. Now intranet user. Now we can DC sync, I think. I will see that. Interesting, because intranet is a computer account. Is it possible to DC sync here? Let's see. DC sync. Yeah, principles with DC sync privileges. I want to see about Lumons.HackSmarter. Enterprise admin, DC01, administrator. Okay, no, I don't think we can. Can we? But just first, let's try that access to. Do we have access to this computer account? NXE 10.1.122.122. I want to see NXE SMB, and then we specify the computer account local auth flag. I think that should work. User would be intranet dollar sign for a computer account, and the password is this one right here. I'll exit from here. We'll specify the local auth flag and see if that works. And okay, maybe something that we did wrong is this one. Local admin is a user. Okay, we are getting a NetBIOS connection error. So maybe something that we are probably gonna see. I want to see labs, what exactly it is. If labs is inside a domain, it can be. Labs module automates a retrieval of local administrator password. Okay. Using what exactly can we do with this? We can retrieve a password, and then which we got it here for the computer account intranet. So can we use Evil-WinRM here? Interface 10.1.198.124 as user local admin and give it the password, this one right here. I don't think we can do that. Alright guys, Now, with that said, I think this is a natural stopping point for us, since I have shown you guys that we have retrieved a password using the labs module, and then from here on what I want you guys is to try this out and see if there are any ways where you can move further. And do let me know in the comment, guys, do you find this useful or not. And with that said, you learn by watching me, you learn even more by doing things by yourself. So I believe that doing things gives you a more better understanding. So what I want you guys is to try this machine out yourself. And with that, I would like to thank you all for staying till the end of this video, and stay tuned for upcoming videos. And now I'll be uploading the videos regularly, and stay tuned for more amazing content, guys. With that said, thank you once again, and thanks for watching. Do hit the like, share and subscribe. Do hit the like, share and subscribe button, and do all the YouTube algorithm things. Thank you, guys.